Let me ask you something. You've tried the diet, you've done the workouts, maybe you've tracked your calories, cut the carbs, signed up for the gym on January 1st, and stuck with it for a while. And still, the weight came back every single time. Here's what nobody in the fitness industry will tell you, because they'd lose billions of dollars if they did. It's not your body that's failing you. It's not your metabolism, your age, or your genetics. It's your identity. Losing weight after 50 isn't a fitness problem. It's a spiritual one. And until you really understand that, nothing you do in the gym is going to stick long term. So today I'm going to break down exactly why that is. We're going to look at the identity trap that keeps most people stuck in the same cycle year after year. And I'm going to give you 3 specific practical shifts you can start making right now to finally break out of it. Stay with me. This might be the most important conversation about weight loss you've ever had. And I promise, no fluff, no fairy tales. But first, my name is Luis. Welcome to Think and Lose Weight, where our goal is not to turn the clock back, not to slow down the clock, just to make that clock tick longer. If you're new here, this is where we talk about what actually works, not what sells. No gimmicks, no fads, no nonsense, just the fundamentals: mindset, discipline, consistency, and personal responsibility. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that right now and stick around, because what I'm about to share is something most fitness channels will never say out loud. Let's start with some context. The global diet industry is worth over $70 billion a year. 70 billion. Here's the question nobody asks. If any of it actually worked long term, that number should be going down. People would lose the weight, keep it off, and never need to buy another plan, pill, or program again. But that's not what's happening, is it? What's happening is people lose the weight and gain it back. Go back, try a different program, the cycle repeats, and the industry keeps growing. Let's be real. Most people treat weight loss like a home renovation project. You hire a contractor, do the work, it's done. You move on. But your body isn't a house you flip. Your body is a daily expression of who you believe yourself to be. And here's the research that backs this up. Studies on long-term weight maintenance consistently show that the people who actually keep the weight off don't just change their habits, they change their identity. They stop seeing themselves as someone on a diet and start seeing themselves as a healthy, disciplined person. Full stop. That shift sounds small. It is anything but. Here's what the identity trap looks like in real life. You wake up on a Monday, motivated. You clean out the fridge, buy new sneakers, download a meal plan. You feel great. 2 weeks in, maybe 4 weeks if you're disciplined, life happens. A stressful week, a family dinner, a vacation, and the routine just falls apart. Sound familiar? I know it does, because we've all been there. Here's why. Motivation is a terrible long-term strategy. Let's be honest about that. Motivation is just an emotion. It rises and falls like the tide. You cannot build a sustainable life on a feeling. What you can build a life on is identity. Think about it this way. A non-smoker doesn't need willpower to turn down a cigarette. They just think, no thanks, I don't smoke. There's no battle. It's just who they are. But someone trying to quit smoking? Every cigarette is a war. Same thing with food, same thing with exercise. If you see yourself as someone trying to eat healthy, every meal is a fight. Every bad day is a setback. But if you simply see yourself as someone who takes care of their body, the right choices become almost automatic. Because it's not what you're doing, it's who you are. And here's the spiritual dimension of all this. Making that shift requires you to decide who you're going to be before the results show up. That goes against everything we're wired for. We want proof first. We want to see results before we believe. But real transformation works in the opposite direction. You believe first, the results follow. All right, let's get practical. I'm not here to give you a philosophy lecture. I'm here to give you something you can actually use. 3 shifts. Start with 1. Commit to it for 30 days. Watch what happens. Shift number 1. Stop being a dieter. Start being someone who feels their body. Those are 2 completely different mindsets. A dieter lives in restriction, always focused on what they can't have. Someone who feels their body thinks about what they need. Next time you sit down to eat, don't ask, is this on my plan? Ask yourself, does this serve the person I'm becoming? One question closes doors. The other opens up your identity. Shift number 2. Stop exercising to punish yourself. Start moving because it's who you are. If you're only working out to burn off what you ate last night, that's using exercise as punishment. You'll resent it and eventually you'll stop. But if movement becomes part of your identity, if you're the kind of person who walks every morning, who lifts weights 3 times a week because that's just what you do, now it's not what you do. Now it's not a chore. It's your life. That's what sustainable actually looks like. Shift number 3. Stop chasing the old you. Start building a stronger new version. This one is especially important for people over 50, like us. I hear it all the time. I just want to get back to how I looked at 35. I understand that feeling, but let me be direct. This is the wrong goal. You're not 35, and chasing a past version of yourself keeps you locked in a mindset of loss, of lacking, instead of a mindset of growth and power. Here at Think and Lose Weight, our mission is not to turn the clock back, it's to make that clock tick longer. That means building a version of you that's stronger, more disciplined, and more alive than you've ever been at any age. That is worth fighting for. Okay, so let me bring this together then. Losing weight after 50 is hard. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Your hormones have shifted. Recovery takes longer. The rules are different than they were at 30. That is real. But here's what is also real. You have something now that you didn't have at 30. You have perspective. You've lived through enough to know the shortcuts don't work. That discipline outlasts motivation every single time. You've earned that. The only thing standing between you and a body you're proud of is the story you keep telling yourself about who you are. Change the story, the body follows. It's really that straightforward. Simple, not easy, but you're here. You're watching, and that already tells me something about the kind of person you are. So here's what I want you to do right now. Drop a comment below. Tell me one word that describes how you want to feel in your body 6 months from now. Just one word. I read every single one. If this hits home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're not subscribed yet, do it now. Real talk every week. No hype. Just the work. No judgment, just results. I'll see you on the next one.